Hello, welcome to the List Critics. I am NecroVMX, and with me, as always, is
Tanya Botello.
Tanya Bottleho.
I am Bottleho, yes.
And we got loads and loads of lists for y'all. Let's start, Tanya, with the top 100 list sent in by Almighty Santa.
Almighty Santa, I know him.
You all know him. He kind of took a break from YouTube, but he is back, and he sent his top 100 favorite Super Nintendo games. So, are you ready for this, Tanya?
So his favorite Super Nintendo games, not like the top.
Well, yeah, he puts it as favorite.
Okay, well, all right.
Okay. We're always very highly critical of the Super NES lists.
All I gotta say is if Final Fantasy VI is not on there, I will shit a brick, seriously.
Well, I don't think he's a huge RPG guy, but we'll see. All right, let's see. We're going to do it by tens. Okay, so number 100, Clay Fighter. Number 99, B.O.B. Number 98, Skulljagger. Number 97, Brainlord. Number 96, Mega Turrican. That's actually on the Genesis, but I'll go with it. I think he means Super Turrican.
Super Turrican.
Number 95, Wolfchild. Number 94, Super Valis 4. Number 93, C2, Clay Fighter 2, Judgment Clay. Number 92, Super Tecmo Bowl. And number 91, Goof Troop.
Goof
Goof Troop's actually a really good game. That should be higher.
I never played it.
Oh, it's actually it's almost like a co-op Zelda type of thing.
Oh wow.
Now
what about Clay Fighter?
I hate Clay Fighter. I think they're all bad. All of them. They were bad on the Super NES. They're bad on the Nintendo 64, and I hope they never bring that series back.
Oh God.
Do like Clay Fighter U or something. I'm like,
Clay Fighter, yeah.
No thanks. All right, I'm moving on. Number 90, Prince of Persia. Number 89, Wing Commander. Number 88, Battletoads in Battle Maniacs. Number 87, Legend of the Mystical Ninja. Number 86, The Adventures of Batman and Robin. Number 85, Lagoon. Number 84, Castlevania Dracula X. Number 83, Earthworm Jim. Number 82, Spider-Man and Venom Maximum Carnage. And number 81, Pilot Wings.
You know, actually, it's funny about Legend of Mystical Ninja. I've never played that game.
It's pretty good.
But I'm watching an LP of it by Banga, actually, believe it or not.
The Banga's back.
The Banga's back, yes.
Yeah, it's a pretty good game. Lagoon is an interesting choice. Earthworm Jim sucks.
I can't stand Earthworm Jim games. I just never could.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Number 80, Super Adventure Island. Number 79, Tetris Attack. Number 78, Art of Fighting. Number 77, Batman Returns. Number 75, R-Type 3. Number 74, Demon's Crest. Number 73, UN Squadron. Number 72, Super Bomberman 2. And number 71, X-Men Mutant Apocalypse.
I love UN Squadron.
Those are all pretty good, huh?
Yeah, those are pretty damn good games right there.
Good. Art of Fighting was kind of butchered on the Super NES, but, you know, it was probably the best port other than, you know, like the actual Neo Geo version. Art of Fighting 2 on Super NES was terrible, though.
Art of Fighting 2 was horrific.
Oh, I don't know what they were thinking with that. Okay. Number 70, Super Adventure Island 2. Number 69, Terranigma. I guess he is an RPG guy. Number 68, Marvel War of the Gems. Number 67, Smart Ball. Number 66, Mortal Kombat 3. Number 65, NHL 93. Number 64, Super Bonk. Number 64, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters. Number 62, Fatal Fury. And number 61, Axelay.
Axelay.
You know, he's pretty much hitting on all the genres there.
Axelay? I don't think I've heard of that one.
I think it's a shmup. I think I played it. But he's got, like, just in this group, he's got fighting games, RPGs, beat-em-ups, platformers, sports games. I mean, he's got kind of like a nice mix right there.
Terranigma. I mean, hey, that's a pretty damn good game right there.
Too bad we didn't get it in America, huh?
Well, fan translation.
Well, it was released in Europe, so you don't need to translate it. But I think that should be a virtual console release. Like, I would buy that on the 3DS or whatever.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, moving on. Number 60, Knights of the Round Table. I think it just means Knights of the Round. Number 59, Mortal Kombat. Number 58, Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Number 57, Stunt Race FX. Number 56, Super Punch-Out. Number 55, Lion King. Number 54, International Superstar Soccer Deluxe. Number 53, Mickey with Minnie the Great Circus Caper. Number 52, Disney's Aladdin. And number 51, Super Smash TV.
There's some damn good ones on that one right there.
Yeah, this is like, you don't expect these to be in like the 50s. You expect these to be a little higher.
It's like Super Punch-Out? That should be way higher.
Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
That's a classic
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
You know?
And Super Smash TV is a great game, too.
Yeah, that is a great game. And I'm sorry, but the Lion King, I loved the Lion King.
The Lion King was pretty good. And the Aladdin game, like a lot of people talk about the Genesis one because it had better graphics, which is unusual, but that's because the Disney people worked on it. But I think that the Super NES one, which Capcom made, had better gameplay.
See, I played both of them, and for me, maybe it's nostalgic value, but for me, it is the one for the Genesis that takes it.
I mean, that's certain. Like I said, it certainly had the better animation, but I think it's not as fun.
Yeah, but you know what? The one on the Genesis, they had the sword. He had a sword as opposed to the one over on Super Nintendo where you didn't have a sword. You just had your apples, and that was kind of about it.
Well, that one was more about acrobatics than fighting, I think.
Yeah, I think I wanted more of the fighting than I wanted.
I don't remember Aladdin fighting with a sword in the movie anyway.
No, I don't remember it, but it was really cool.
All right, let's move on. Number 50, Rival Turf. Number 49, Mortal Kombat 2. Number 48, Sunset Riders. Number 47, The Lost Vikings. Number 46, Earthbound. Number 45, Mortal Kombat Ultimate. I think he means Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. 44, Breath of Fire. Number 43, Final Fight. Number 42, Uniracers. And number 41, Street Fighter 2.
Do we need to even comment on that?
Well, we don't need to comment on Earthbound.
No.
Rival Turf. Didn't I play that recently and it was terrible?
Yes, you did.
God, really? And what was the other one I wanted? I wanted to comment on Uniracers. That's a terrible game.
Oh, Uniracers.
Sorry. I mean, they had a good concept, but really there is no technique to it at all.
I actually remember a commercial for that game to this day.
You're probably remembering the same commercial that I'm remembering, where it was like, "Oh, look how wacky this game is," you know?
Yeah, and like, look at these graphics, blah blah blah, and
it's like a fucking unicycle.
And I remember saying to myself, all this over a freaking unicycle,
Yeah.
really?
The only thing positive I remember about that game was that it had a track called Wario Paint.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
All right. Number 40, Kirby Superstar. Number 39, ActRaiser 2. Number 38, Magical Quest starring Mickey Mouse. Number 37, The Illusion of Gaia. Number 36, Breath of Fire 2. Number 35, Donkey Kong Country 3. Number 34, Lufia and the Fortress of Doom. Number 33, Final Fight 3. Number 32, Mega Man X2. And number 31, Kirby's Dream Land 3. Thank you for putting Kirby's Dream Land 3 above Kirby Superstar.
I have to agree.
Yeah. They're both great games, but Kirby's Dream Land 3 is just really underrated and underappreciated.
It is really underappreciated.
Not much to say about the rest of them. It's all solid choices, really.
Yeah, damn solid. Illusion of Gaia there, Necro.
Well, you know I like that game.
Yes.
It makes no goddamn sense, but it's fun as hell.
It is fun as hell, yeah.
All right, number 30, Mega 7. I think it means Mega Man 7. Mega Man 7. Number 29, Rock and Roll Racing. Number 28, Mega Man X3. Number 27, ActRaiser. Number 26, Donkey Kong Quest 2. I think it means Donkey Kong Country 2. Diddy's Conquest. He gets the titles a little weird sometimes. Number 25, Secret of Mana. Number 24, Final Fantasy V. Number 23, Super Empire Strikes Back. Number 22, Super Mario Kart. Number 21, Killer Instinct.
Well, now we're getting to the yeah.
Nitty gritty here, yeah. I'm not a fan of Secret of Mana, but it's not a bad game. I just don't like it.
I love it.
But those are all good choices.
Yeah, definitely good. I mean, Final Fantasy V, I'm actually surprised.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy V's placement.
Yeah, not many people play that on Super NES.
Yeah, really. So
Most people played it on either PlayStation or Game Boy Advance.
yeah, I was gonna say PS1 or Game Boy. Yeah.
All right, moving on. Number 20, Seventh Saga. Number 19, Mortal Kombat 2. Number 18, Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Number 17, F-Zero. Number 16, Super Street Fighter. I think it means Super Street Fighter 2. Number 15, Super Mario World. Number 14, Final Fight 2. Number 13, Super Castlevania. I think it means Super Castlevania 4. Number 12 is Turtles in Time. Number 11 is Donkey Kong Country. So he's picked Donkey Kong Country as the best one in the trilogy. I disagree there.
I agree.
Yeah. And there was something else that was weird. A Seventh Saga.
Seventh Saga is better than Final Fantasy V and better than
Good,
Illusion
but not
of Gaia.
that good, but not that good.
Yeah, I was gonna say what? No.
Yeah, good, but not that good.
I mean, Seven Saga is a good game. Don't get me wrong, but for one thing, it's hard as fuck.
Well, yeah. There's a little bit of luck involved in that one. You ready for the top 10?
I am ready. My body is ready.
Number 10 is Soul Blazer. Number 9 is Final Fantasy 4. He put 2, but we know what he's talking about. Number 8, Lufia 2, Rise of the Sinistrals. Number 7, Plock. Number 6, Final Fantasy 6. He put 3. Number 5, Star Fox. Number 4, Chrono Trigger. Number 3, Yoshi's Island. Number 2, Super Metroid. And the number 1 pick, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. You know, I mean, not the order I'd put them in, but that is a very solid top 10.
I was just going to say that's extremely solid top 10. Not my order, but then it's just his favorites.
Now, a lot of people put Plock very high up, and that's sort of like a cult title.
You know, I've never played it.
Oh, I did a video on it. It's actually really fun. It's sort of like Rayman before there was Rayman.
Huh.
Honestly, Rayman was a huge ripoff of Plock.
I will have to check that out now.
Very fun. But really, you know, it's sort of getting its due, because you do see it on a lot of these lists.
And that is true, Plock, yeah.
Okay, out of 100, what do you say, Tanya?
You know, it's a pretty solid list. I mean, I don't really have much, you know, detriment for that list, except for a few things. I mean, Earthbound or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say 92.
You know, I was going to say 82, so that's interesting.
Wow,
Say
okay.
82. I think it was solid, not amazing, but a solid game. Okay, let's see. Then this next list, we have a lot of lists, actually, submitted by Slayer Darth. And he sent me from Museum of Hoaxes this list. It's wow. Okay, it's a top 100 list. But it starts at number 1. Huh. It's the top 100 April Fool's Day hoaxes of all time.
Aha.
All right. You know, this may take a long time to get through.
You want to hold that off for
you know,
next time?
let's hold off on this list till next time, because I know you're pressed for time today, and this is the one that you sort of have to explain each one, and there are 100 of them. So let's stop on that one and leave that one for next time.
Okay.
Okay, do you remember WWE Anime Fan sent us a list? It was like reasons we need South Park.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Well, he sent 4 more reasons we need South Park.
Okay. All right.
Very strange, but here we go. He says, number 4, there's a message in every episode. That is, there is a message in every episode of the newest seasons. Somehow there are messages hidden in the storylines that are actually relevant for society. Take, for instance, the episode Goobacks from Season 8. There's a definite message in this episode, take care of the Earth for future generations. However, they still somehow find a way to ridicule it all in the end, so it isn't preachy. I love the way that ended, because they're like, wait a minute, this is gay. Yeah, this is really gay. This is even gayer than all the men having gay sex. Number 3, the episodes pretty much always show you 2 sides to a story and ridicule them evenly. For such a little town, South Park is very diverse. There are Caucasians, African Americans, Jews, Christians, Mormons, hand puppets, homosexuals, lesbians, transsexuals, Christmas feces, rich people, poor people, talking towels, Santa Claus, Jesus, and so on and so forth. And there is not one category that isn't ridiculed. In fact, it doesn't stop there. They even ridicule the future and the past. One might say they do not respect anyone. I, however, prefer to say they respect everyone enough to ridicule them evenly. I gotta agree with that.
I agree with that. Yeah.
And you know, like, for such a small, like, backwater town, it really does, everything happens there, it seems.
Everything in the planet happens in South Park.
Number 2, Kenny's deaths, although sporadically in the newer seasons, show us there is danger all around us. It teaches children not to cross the street without looking. It teaches grown-ups not to throw knives without looking. And overall, it teaches everyone to think before you act. I think he's overthinking that one.
I was going to say, I think there's a little too much thought into that one.
Yeah, I think, first of all, kids shouldn't be watching, and if you're an adult and you don't know not to throw knives, well, then, you know, you should be locked up, probably.
I mean, like, I'm remembering an episode where Kenny is sitting at a table, not minding his own business. A gunshot comes through the window and kills him.
That was a particularly funny one, though.
You know, and it was funny as hell, but there was no message to that. It just...
No, that was... Well, you see, and that was like the first time that they'd killed him in a while, and that's what they say. They're only doing it now if it's funny.
Right. There's no message.
It's just... That's just it started out as just like a running gag, and you know that there's no message there.
Yeah, no, there's definitely an overthinking there that going on.
And his number one, we need it during 9/11, the episode Osama bin Laden has farty pants taught us to laugh. And I think we've talked about this, Tanya.
We did, actually, yeah.
It's because this pops up on a lot of favorite episode lists for South Park. I remember it being the first time after 9/11 that I just laughed my ass off.
I think we all did.
I think just
collectively.
the first shot of the four of them standing at the bus stop with the gas masks on.
That was perfect.
I was already on the floor laughing.
Oh, I literally was holding my sides. That's how much I was laughing.
Well, that's it. Out of 4, I'm going to give it a 3 because there's one I disagree with, but the other 3 are salient points.
I agree with that. 3 as well.
All right, so 3 out of 4 there. Okay, here's a list from Puffness. He sent in his top 5 weirdest movies.
Top 5 weirdest movies?
Yeah.
I wonder what constitutes, quote-unquote, weird.
Yeah, well, that's a pretty subjective word.
Yeah.
I think it's weird to him. Number 5, Beetlejuice. Now, that is a pretty fucking weird movie.
That's a Tim Burton.
Classic. It's a classic.
Oh, it's one of the best movies there is. But yeah.
I think the weirdest thing about it was Gina Davis, though.
Yes.
Number 4, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Well, obviously, that was a strange one.
Well, that...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was meant to be strange. Number 3, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Now, I didn't like that one.
I liked it.
But it is weird.
It is really...
Because of the whole blurring... The blurring of reality and like video games. It was very strange. Number 2, Cube 2 Hypercube. I've never seen that one. I've seen the first Cube, but I've never seen the sequel.
I've never seen either. So.
The whole concept of the cube is weird anyway. Because you don't even know why they're in there, you know?
I have never seen it.
And finally, number 1, The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. Which I have.
Who is a Wappa?
That was the last movie that, what's his face did? Heath Ledger.
Really?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, they had to kind of finish it without him.
Huh.
Yeah. It was a weird little indie movie. I didn't see it, though.
I didn't see it either.
It didn't look very, very strange, just based on, like, pictures that I'd seen. You know. I mean, these are all weird. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. I probably would have put something like Being John Malkovich in there, because that's, like, the weirdest movie I've ever seen.
That's what I would have put in there,
But maybe he hasn't seen that one.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah. But...
little note to you, if you haven't seen that, go see it.
If you like weird movies, that is.
Yes.
Okay. Here's another Puffness list. It is his top 10 immature games. Actually, it's not made by him. It was by Machinima, but he transcribed it for us.
Okay.
So top 10 immature games.
Immature. Okay.
Number 10, Bikini Karate Babes 2 Warriors of Elysia. There's not a single mature word in that.
I was just going to say, yeah.
Yeah. The fact that I've seen that Bikini Karate Babes, and the fact that it got a sequel is kind of mind-blowing. It means enough people bought the first one.
Has it even... No, I can't even ask that question.
Number 9, No Moves Heroes 2.
Huh?
Is that even a thing?
What?
No Moves Heroes... I'm going to look this up. This is what he wrote. No Moves Heroes 2. Now, he means No More Heroes 2.
Oh. Okay.
Because I put it into Google, and that's what came up was No More Heroes 2. What's so immature about that? I'm not really familiar with that one.
I didn't see that one, so...
Yeah. All right, I'm going to just take his word for it. Number 8, Booger Man. Of course, that was not meant to be mature.
No, that was completely... Yeah. In a bad movie.
Number 7, Toilet Kid.
Toilet?
I think that was on the TurboGrafx, and I think it was exactly what it says. It was a whole, like, poop and toilet humor, you know. Actually, yeah, I just looked it up. It's called Toilet Kids. It was on the TurboGrafx 16, and yeah, it's exactly what you would expect. I think I've even done a video on it.
Ooh.
Yeah. So there you have it. Number 6, Leisure Suit Larry Magna Cum Laude, although honestly you could put any Leisure Suit Larry game on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 5, Duke Nukem Forever. That's an obvious one.
Duke Nukem. Do I need to say more?
Yeah. Number 4, Bone Town. I've never heard of this one.
I have an image through my head. I hope it's not it.
I have an image in my head, too. Oh, my God. Yeah, it's an RPG sex game.
What?
An RPG sex game with the most fun adult video game play. What I love is Bonetown.com. Not only doesn't work, but trying to go to it triggered my antivirus to tell me not to go to it.
Oh, wow.
So there you go. Oh, the graphics are... I'm looking at Wikipedia now. Bonetown, the video game where you get laid. Nice. Okay, well. Number 3, try not to fart. Well, I've heard of a game called Don't Shit Your Pants, so I assume this is sort of along the same spectrum.
I saw that video, by the way, you did of that.
Did I do a video of that, or was that Armageddon time?
No, it's Armageddon time.
Yeah, because I requested it, was why you were thinking of me.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, apparently Try Not to Fart is actually an Xbox Live indie game.
You're kidding me.
Yeah. That's, special.
Ugh.
Yeah. Number 2, Saints Row the Third. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't take itself seriously, but I don't know if you'd call it immature.
I think at times maybe it might be construed as that, but
I would not put it...
I would not label it immature.
Not in the context of the rest of these games.
No, definitely not like that, so...
And number 1, Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Oh, Conker's Bad Fur Day was meant to be what it is.
Yeah,
So.
if I was to use my veto control, my veto power here, I would take out Saints Row the Third, and I would put in, like, Tony Hawk's Underground.
I was just going to say, I want just anything with Tony Hawk in it.
Yeah, but specifically the one with all the pooping and the, you know... Yeah. But I think that's the only, like, flaw on this list was I wouldn't agree with Saints Row. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10.
I'm actually going to say an 8 out of 10.
Okie dokie then. All right, here's a list from Slayer Darth. This is his top 25 film quotes or one-liners.
Film quotes? Okay.
So basically lines from movies. 25 of them. So here we are. Number 25 from Horrible Bosses, you were drag racing in a Prius. Nah. I mean, it's like sort of an obvious joke, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 24 from Starsky and Hutch, I found your 9-iron, bitch.
Okay.
That was pretty... I think what made that great was the fact that it was Snoop Dogg saying it.
I was just going to say, yeah.
Yeah. Number 23 from Undercover Brother, the quote is Conspiracy Brothers interjection. You know what they say, behind every great black man is the police. That's funny. Number 22 from Dead Like Me, Life After Death. Just because you're dead doesn't mean I can't move in with you. Well, it kind of does.
Yeah.
Number 21 from Terminator 2 Judgment Day. I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
Oh, that's iconic right there. So.
The guy's reaction was what made it funny. Like, fuck you, you know?
You forgot to say please.
Yeah. Number 20, here's a classic one from Gone with the Wind. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Yeah. Number 19, from The Silence of the Lambs, I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. Didn't stop.
Yes.
Number 18, from Casino Royale, the 60s version. If you'd be good enough to sign here, sir, it's not for me, it's for the Official Secrets Act. I didn't think that movie was funny, and I don't know. Yeah. Number 17 from Agent Cody Banks. I can't believe somebody saw that. Good afternoon, children. Driving is a privilege, not a right. I'll be delighted to instruct you in the operation of a motor vehicle, but I have a larger responsibility to protect society at large from the idiots and the drug-addled delinquents who call themselves the youth of today.
I never saw that movie, thankfully.
And that quote did nothing to make me want to see it. Yes. Number 16 from the Simpsons movie. Thank you, boob lady.
Thank you, boob lady.
That was a good one. Number 15 from Pretty Woman. You and I are such similar creatures, Vivian. We both screw people for money.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of a Churchill quote, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 14 from Jaws, of course. We're going to need a bigger boat.
The way he delivered it, too, was perfect.
You're going to need a bigger boat. It was just so matter of fact, you know, like, yeah. Number 13 from the original Star Wars. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I
am the master.
Number 12 from The Other Guys. Gentlemen, you have two choices, Mamma Mia or Jersey Boys.
Mamma Mia or Jersey Boys.
Okay. I don't know the context to that, so. Number 11 from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, I'm not bad, I'm just drawn that way.
I'm just drawn now.
Oh, I got a little feedback there from you, Tanya.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Number 10 from Goodfellas, I have a client at work that always quotes this particular line. Now go home and get your fucking shine box. Number 9 from A Few Good Men, of course, you can't handle the truth.
You can't.
Number 8 from The Long Good Friday, The Mafia, I've shit 'em. Number 7 from The Return of the Pink Panther, and it's 2 lines actually. How can an idiot be a policeman? Answer me that. It's very simple. All he has to do is enlist.
Okay.
Yeah, not a great one, really. Number 6 from Taken. You don't remember me? We spoke on the phone 2 days ago. I told you I would find you. Honestly, I think the first quote is the more iconic one.
I was just going to say, I think the first one
Where he
is
says, you know, like, you don't, you know, like, I don't know who you are, but I will find you and I will kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number
Yeah.
5 from Die Hard. Alas, your Mr. Tagaki did not see it that way, so he won't be joining us for the rest of his life.
Not bad, but there are better quotes.
I prefer benefits of a classical education. Number 4 from Dr. No. That's a Smith & Wesson, and you've had your 6.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Number 3 from Batman. But, as my plastic surgeon always says, if you gotta go, go with a smile.
Go with a smile.
That's a good one. From number 2, from To Kill a Mockingbird, talk about a mood shift here. Atticus says cheating a black man is 10 times worse than cheating a white.
Okay.
Okay. And number 1 from Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. I love you, I always have, and I always will, but you think of yourself as a colored man, I think of myself as a man.
Okay.
It got serious near the end there, huh?
Yeah, it did.
Couple of missteps on this list, but it is his favorite, so I'm being a little lenient here. For Slayer Dwarf's top 25 film quotes and one-liners, I'm going to give it a 19.
Holy hell, I was going to say the same damn thing again.
Well, fuck. Okay, also from Slayer Darth, top 10 black actors. Okay.
Shut up, Tanya. Just shut up, Tanya.
So these are his favorite actors who happen to be black.
No, just shut up, Tanya.
Who do you expect to see on here, Tanya?
Samuel L. Jackson, Morgan Freeman.
I would hope so. All right, let's do it. Number 10, we're starting with a guy I have no idea who this is. Mekhi Phifer?
Who?
I don't know who. I'm looking him up right now. I have no idea who Mekhi Phifer is. Okay. Oh, he was on ER. All right. He was in Dawn of the Dead. Oh, he was the guy in the Dawn of the Dead remake.
Oh.
Remember he had to shoot the baby zombie?
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. Number 9, Martin Lawrence. Well, if you only watch the Bad Boys movies and forget that he's done anything else, yeah. I mean, he is not right in the head either. Number 8, Danny Glover.
Oh, Danny Glover.
Yes.
Yeah. Predator 2. Come on.
Definitely. And Lethal Weapon, of course.
And Lethal Weapon, of course.
Especially Lethal Weapon 2. He had the best line in that movie. It's just been revoked.
Yes.
Number 7, Samuel L. Jackson, of course.
Of course.
Motherfucker. Number 6, James Earl Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Darth Vader himself. I know Darth Vader is really like 6 different actors, but you think of James Earl Jones, you know?
Of course.
Number 5, Bernie Hamilton. Okay. Oh, he was on Starsky and Hutch, the TV show. The police captain, yeah. Number 4, Morgan Freeman. Duh.
Because, you know, when he narrates something, he always makes sure you understand the plot of the movie.
Number 3, Michael Harewood.
Michael who?
Honestly, that sounds like a porno name. Who the hell is Michael Harewood?
He's the head of gay sex porn.
Oh my. Apparently he's nobody.
He's nobody.
Yeah, not that I can find. It says he's from Homeland on here, but that's all the information I have. Number 2, Idris Elba.
Who?
The guy from The Wire.
Oh.
Yeah. I do like his number one pick, Sidney Poitier.
Oh, okay.
I'm surprised you didn't put Jamie Foxx on there.
I was gonna say, where's
Oh well. I don't know. Not the 10 black guys I'd pick. I mean, I'd pick a few of them, but I'm gonna give this a 4.
I'm gonna say,
I don't know. I wasn't impressed.
I'm gonna say 3 actually.
All right.
Although I do have to ask this particular little question. Why focus on that particular...
Yeah, why make it about color?
I was just going to say, not that it bothered me, it just, well...
It is weird, you know, it's like, why single people out just for the color?
You know, I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
that's like me saying, that's like me creating a top 10 list of the best gay actors there are out there or something like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. So,
Well, I mean, we do get all sorts of lists, and that's certainly one we have never gotten before.
no, that's true enough. Yeah.
Same person from Slayer Darth, a James Bond-related list. The top 10 coldest kills in the James Bond franchise. Now, I don't know if he's... Okay, I'm just looking at it. It's not just James Bond killing people. It's just anybody who got killed.
Okay.
Okay, so these are the coldest ones.
Coldest ones.
Yeah, number 10, Bond's execution of Dr. Kaufman in Tomorrow Never Dies.
Well, that's almost pretty much a given.
I don't know about that. I don't know how cold that was because that guy
Oh, come on,
had
that was cold.
that guy had him pretty I mean, make no mistake, Pierce Brosnan pretty much played the coldest Bond, but that guy had him pinned down. He wasn't going to come out of that without shooting him, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but there was you saw it in his eyes.
Yeah.
There was a cold ass kill.
Well, that was just Pierce Brosnan. Every kill was a cold kill with him. Number 9, Bond's release of Sandor in, what the hell, TSWL. Oh, that's The Spy Who Loved Me.
Oh, the Spy 11.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Number 8, Bond's execution of Stromberg, same movie, The Spy Who Loved Me, where he shoots him to excess. Well, just the fact that he shot him in the balls.
That was great.
I was waiting for Cartman to walk in and be like, you don't shoot people in the dick?
You don't shoot a guy in the dick, Butters.
Yeah. Number 6, Green's murder of Strawberry Fields in Quantum of Solace by suffocating her in oil.
Well, that was frickin'...
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Oof.
Number 5, Bond's execution of Professor Dent and Dr. No. I actually expected that to be number 1 because that one was so cold that even Ian Fleming said he went too far on that one.
Really? Did he actually?
Ian Fleming was not a fan of that scene because, well, you see, you might have seen the edited version where he shoots him and then he falls down and he shoots him again.
Yes.
But in the original print of the movie, he unloaded his gun into him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he shot him like 6 times. Like, he shoots him and then he shoots him 5 more times when he's already dead.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And that's why they edited it down, because Ian Fleming saw it and he was like, that is way too brutal.
Damn.
Yeah. Number 4, Franz Sanchez's execution of Milton Crest in License to Kill via rapid depressurization. Yeah, well, that was just gross.
Well, I was going to say, that was just completely gross.
A lot of the License to Kill stuff was like that. Although that was the only one that I could say is cold, because Bond was killing everybody in hot blood in that movie.
Yes.
He was really worked up in that one. That was a good one, too.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Number 3, Bond's killing of Emil Leopold Luck in For Your Eyes Only by kicking his car off the cliff. You know, that is true because that, like, you know, he just did that because the guy pissed him off.
But see, you know, I know why he considers it a cold kill, but I don't. To me, it's like more like a casual kill.
Well, yeah, but that's what makes it cold, is that he just did it casually. Like, there was no emotional investment at all. It was just like, okay, off you go.
Yeah, I don't know. Whenever I hear cold kill, I always think
Well,
I always think
what
of.
they mean by cold kill is unemotional.
Oh, I know.
And what's interesting is that in the novels, Bond had serious issues with killing someone in cold blood. He couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And in the last book that Ian Fleming wrote, The Man with the Golden Gun, he pretty much was forced to assassinate Scaramanga, but he had him dead to rights, and he was like, surrender. He knew he had to kill him, but he just couldn't pull the trigger because the guy's like on his knees, you know? And it wasn't until Scaramanga pulled out his little tiny golden gun and tried to shoot him that he was able to do it.
Man with the golden gun.
Yeah. And finally, number 1, the scene where Bond throws the briefcase at Killefer in License to Kill, causing him to fall into the path of a shark. This is particularly cold for me because Bond manipulated Killefer by taking his greed into account. Killefer could have potentially survived, but Bond knew that Killefer would make an attempt to grab the briefcase. As Sharky would say, what a terrible waste of a white guy. I don't know. That one never stood out to me.
It was cold, but honestly,
More than anything.
I actually have to say that the earlier one there with Dr. No, that stands out for me.
Yeah, because he emptied his gun into him.
Yeah.
Which is foolish, too, because you don't know if there's another guy that's going to pop up, you know? But, okay, so out of 10, I'm going to give this a 6.
That's anything.
Okay. All right, now, we just did a movie quotes. Here's another one. This one's from Slayer Darth, though. Oh, I'm sorry, no, this is video game quotes. Top 10 video game quotes.
Okay.
I just glanced at it and I saw The Godfather, but he's talking about the video game. Okay, so top 10 video game quotes. Number 10, from Enter the Matrix. When she makes up her mind, you have one choice. Go with her or get the hell out of her way. Well,
You know, weird. I never played that game.
I don't think anybody played it. It was so buggy and... yeah. Number 9, from The Godfather. There are people in this world who go about demanding to be killed. You must have noticed them. They quarrel in gambling games. They jump out of their automobiles in a rage. They humiliate and bully people whose capabilities they do not know. These are people who wander through the world shouting, kill me, and there's always someone ready to oblige in them.
I remember that quote.
I had never played the game, but I like the quote.
I remember playing the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Number 8, from the Futurama game, Cursed Robot. You haven't seen the last of me, unless you die before I see you again, in which case you have.
I never played it, so...
That's a very Matt Groening line right there.
Yes, it is.
Number 7, from Pokemon Red, suspicious men are in the cave. What about you?
Uh-huh.
That's kind of creepy when you think about it.
Yeah, and I don't play the Pokemon games. I know.
Oh, that. But just think you're some 10-year-old boy wandering into a cave and there's suspicious men are in there.
That can't be good.
Yeah, it's not going to end well.
No.
Number 6, Bully. They say that children imitate characters in video games, but I've yet to become a mustache plumber. That's true. That's true. Number 5, from Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. I can't believe the sacrifices I've made for this town. And you know what my weakness has been the entire time? Humility. And now I'm ruined. Bankrupt. $20 million in the hole. Gone. Bankrupt. Done. Arrivederci. Bankrupt.
I could see it.
Yeah, not a bad one. Number 4, from the Simpsons game. Not dreaming, not dreaming, not dreaming. What? Wait, I was dreaming? Why is life so unfair? All I want is the ability to eat everything in sight and turn into a giant ball. Is that too much to ask? Damn you, reality.
I can hear that in my head, too.
You know, I've never played the Simpsons game, but just from reading it, I knew it was Homer.
Yeah.
Number 3, Max Payne. Collecting evidence had gotten old a few hundred bullets back. I was already so far past the point of no return I couldn't remember what it had looked like when I'd passed it.
Okay.
It does lose something because I didn't do the Max Payne voice, but yeah. Number 2, from James Bond 007, Everything or Nothing, relating to a quote where he references Max Zorn from the movie, the Living, what was that called? View to a Kill.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we played bridge together. He lost.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And number 1, from Deadly Premonition, the director's quote. This is a lengthy one. The guy killed 3 girls in a 3-month period. He sawed their heads off and he took them back to his house. He cleaned the skulls up and used them as utensils in his daily life, to eat from or as a urine cup. He hated women. This was his way of dealing with it. He'd fill skulls with ice, cola, and rum. Then he downed it in one gulp. For him, this was a holy ritual. The question of his mental state was the pivotal point in the court case. For me, he was insane, 100%. Drinking from the skulls, well, that is one thing. But those he had used to relieve himself, he would then just use to drink from too. That was too much for me. That's just not sanitary.
Ew.
I think you only really needed the end part of that quote.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are pretty good, though. Okay, what do you say, Tanya? Out of 10.
I'm going to say 7 out of 10.
I'm going to go a little higher. I'm going to go 8.
Okay.
I'm going to go 8 on that one. Okay, so here's another one from Slayer Darth.
Okay.
His top 10 vehicles in film, and he says he's basically stealing S. Serpent's idea for a list.
Okay.
Okay, so he has some honorable mentions here. I'll mention the Dodge Turbo Inceptor from the Wraith, Buffalo Bill's panel van from Silence of the Lambs, the Flying Ford Anglia from Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, the Aston Martin V8 Volante from The Living Daylights, the Peterbilt truck from Duel, and the explosive-laden milk float from the spoof version of Casino Royale. But here's the actual top 10. Number 10, the explosive... You just said that the explosive-laden... Wait a minute. Why did he write these at the top if most of them are on the list?
What?
What is going on? All right, I'm just going to... You know what? I think the problem was it was a preview thing from my email. All right, so number 10 is the milk float. Number 9 is the flying car from Harry Potter. Number 8 is the biplane from North by Northwest, which, okay, whatever. Number 7, the RV from Paul. Number 6, the Batwing from the original Batman movie. Number 5 is from Silence of the Lambs, the van. Number 4 is the Aston Martin from The Living Daylights. Number 3, the armored missile train from GoldenEye. Number 2, the Dodge Turbo Inceptor from The Wraith. And number 1, the Peterbilt truck from Duel.
Okay.
Kudos for actually having seen Duel.
I never saw it.
I think it was Spielberg's first movie.
Oh, wow.
It was almost like a Twilight Zone episode. There was this guy, and he was driving down the highway, and then there was this huge truck that was just trying to run him off the road and kill him for like no reason whatsoever. You never.
Oh wait, I've seen that.
You never see who's driving. You never know why he's after him, but it's just like an adrenaline ride from beginning to end.
I've seen that movie. Yeah, I did see that.
Cool.
That was a great movie, actually.
Oh yeah. I think it was either Spielberg's first or it was one of his first movies. Out of 10, what do you say, Tanya?
Let's say 9.
I'm gonna say 8.
Okay.
Say 8. Okay. Here, more from Slayer Darth. I have so many from him. I might want to give it a rest after a while and skip ahead to other people. But here's Slayer Darth's top 10 Game Boy Advance games.
We don't get many of those lists, actually.
You're right, we don't. We don't get a lot of Game Boy Advance lists. Well, let's take a look. Number 10, Medal of Honor Infiltrator. Interesting degree of difficulty as far as the AI is concerned, and when a game set during World War II allows you to fire a machine gun with unlimited ammunition from a bunker, then it's an obvious win. Well, that's pretty much every World War II shooter ever.
I was just going to say, yeah.
Because the guns that you carry around, of course, have ammo, but usually when you man a machine gun, it's limitless.
Insert World War II title here, you know?
Yeah, I mean, Medal of Honor, Call of Duty, all of them do that. Number 9, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Wide range of spells to use and enemies to face, and the collectibles were a nice touch. I never played that one.
Never played it either.
Yeah. Number 8, Beyblade Ultimate Blader Gem. Interesting platform game which has an impressive degree of difficulty in terms of both the obstacles and enemies, in particular the boss fights.
Didn't you do that one for a video?
Not that particular game. I did another one where it was just spinning tops.
Yeah, that's the one. I hated that.
He's talking about in a platform game. That probably would have been a lot more fun. Number 7, Batman Begins. Interesting beat-em-up game of sorts with strong AI and gadgets. I did play through that whole game. Yeah, for a licensed game, it was very solid, actually.
I actually never played it, so I mean...
It's pretty good. Number 6, Pokemon Emerald. I remember capturing Rayquaza just before leaving home one day for school during my childhood. Yippee.
Woo.
Yeah. Number 5, The Lion King. I like farting as Pumbaa. Well, your criteria is very strong there, apparently. Yeah. Number 4, Starsky and Hutch. It's actually a really good game, Necro, which I think you should use for an LP. Yeah, that ain't going to happen. Wide range of diverse missions. One of the highlights IMO is where you have to deliver evidence to the courthouse whilst being pursued by enemy cars if they... I remember that. The evidence is just lying around in the street, and you pick it up by driving over it. I did a video on that. That was not very good game.
Oh, you did a video on that one already?
I did like a quick video of it.
Hmm.
Number 3, Ballistic X vs. Sever. Good enough first-person shooter for the Game Boy Advance. That was better than the movie that it was based on.
Really?
Oh, the movie was terrible. X vs. Sever was an awful movie, but the game was decent.
Huh.
Yeah. Number 2, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team. It's an impressive RPG for the franchise in general where you explore dungeons. Yeah, I know what a dungeon crawler is.
Same here.
And number 1, Max Payne, the Game Boy Advance port where you play it on your channel, Necro, a great port in my most humble of opinions. Wow, that is like the opposite of what I would pick for top 10 Game Boy Advance games.
And I know you don't like them, but where are the Golden Sun games? Where are Final Fantasy VI Advance? Where's Final Fantasy V Advance?
I just want to point something out here. Out of these 10, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them are licensed games. And then, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are watered-down ports.
Yeah.
Not impressive.
No, I mean, I can. What about F-Zero? What was it? F-Zero GX?
Maximum Velocity.
Maximum Velocity. That's a great game for the Game
Like,
Boy.
like the Sonic Advance games, or like any of the Mario games, or like Minish Cap, or...
Minish Cap, yeah.
I mean, that's... yeah, the Game Boy Advance has so many great games, and this is what... What about Mega Man... And
what about the Castlevania games?
Oh, shit! Castlevania Aria of Sorrow, one of my favorite games of all time. Now,
right.
now I gotta give it... Now I gotta... I was gonna give it a 2, but now I gotta give it a 1. What do you say, Tanya?
I was as soon as I remembered that, I was like, nope, that's a 1. Yeah. I can't believe you didn't include any of the Castlevania games on there.
That's
really?
A travesty. That it really is a travesty. What the fuck? Okay.
I mean, I could see if you're not into RPGs, but the
Yeah.
Castlevania games? Come on, man.
Okay, I'm going to do one more Slayer Darts, and then we'll move on to other people, because he did send me a shitload of lists.
All right.
You don't like Twilight, right?
I think Twilight's a bag of shit.
Okay. Well, here we have top 10 anti-Twilight jokes.
Sweet.
Very simple call and answer jokes. Number 10, why can't Edward read Bella's mind? Help me out here, Tanya. You gotta, like...
Oh, I gotta go with it. All right, why?
There's nothing to read.
Okay.
Okay, number 9, roses are red, vampires are cool, but not Twilight because Edward's a tool.
Yes.
Number 8, that's not funny, though.
No.
Number 8, what do you call Twilight?
What do you call it?
Porn for the illiterate.
Okay.
That doesn't really make much sense, sorry.
No.
Number 7, Twilight taking the N out of Vampire Fang since 2007. That's not very good either.
Not amusing me.
No, that's not really doing it for me. Number 6, why is Twilight like soccer?
Why?
It runs just about 2 hours, nobody scores, and its millions of fans insist that you just don't understand. See, that's a good one.
That was a good one.
Number 5, why will Edward Cullen make an appearance in the next Narnia film?
Why?
Because he's that deep in the closet. That's not funny.
No.
Number 4, why aren't there real vampires living right now?
Why?
They killed themselves after reading Twilight. Once again, not very funny.
No.
Number 3, how do you know that Edward Cullen is gay?
Ow.
Blood isn't the only thing he sucks.
That's a little bit.
Who wrote these? These are awful. Number 2, burned myself a copy of Twilight, then I made another copy and burned that too.
Okay.
Who wrote that? Jay Leno? That was awful.
That was horrible.
All right, finally, number 1, how do you know that Bella has some issues?
How?
She's constantly trying to romantically decide between bestiality and necrophilia.
Okay.
You know, there was like 2 jokes in this whole thing that were good, so that's why I'm going to give it a 2.
I'm going to say a 2 as well, because that sucked.
All right, I'm going to skip down. Let's see, that's Slayer. I'm just, okay. All right, let's see. What do we got here? Here is, okay, we're not doing that list. I already explained to the guy why we're not doing that one. Okay, here we are from Darker Super Shadowkin, Top 10 Worst Licensed Video Games. From Top 10. This came from top10s.net, so these are the worst licensed games of all time.
And how many of them are going to be LJN published, I wonder?
That would be interesting. Okay. Oh, it's a web address. Hold on. I'm a little befuddled here after those terrible jokes. Okay, so here we are. Top 10 worst licensed games of all time. Number 10, Warlock for the Super NES and Genesis.
Okay.
Licensed. That's an LJN published title, by the way. Not familiar with the game or what it's based on.
Same here, but...
Let me look at this for a second. There's a link here to Amazon. It's, oh, it was a movie. Warlock the Armageddon. I guess nobody saw the movie, nobody played the game.
Apparently, because I don't remember it at all, so...
Number 9, White Men Can't Jump for the Jaguar. There's not a single thing in there that makes you want to buy it.
Oh my god.
For the Jaguar!
For the Jaguar.
Yeah. Number 8, Dirty Dancing, the PC game.
You shitting me.
You didn't know that?
No.
It's like a cartoon, too. That's the funniest part.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ah.
Number 7, Star Wars Masters of Teräs Käsi for PlayStation. I played that, and it is so bad.
I know, I saw your video of it.
I was shocked that it was that bad. Number 6, WWE Crush Hour for PlayStation 2 and Xbox. It's not a wrestling game. It's a car combat game that happens to have wrestlers in it.
It is so completely horrible.
Wow. Number 5, Fight Club for Xbox. Just the fact that they thought they could make a game out of Fight Club is bad enough. Number 4, the Atari 2600 version of Ghostbusters.
Well, that's a given.
I mean, I had the PC version. It wasn't that bad, you know, but the Atari version is, yeah, it's pretty bad.
Although I don't know if it's any worse than the NES version.
Oh, it's far worse than the NES version.
Well, in terms of graphics, but I mean...
Yeah. Well, I mean, think of, like, how complicated that game is, right?
Yeah.
Now imagine playing it with one button.
Oh, fuck that noise.
Exactly. Number 3, Superman for Nintendo 64. You knew that was going to be on there.
Rings! What do? You fly through what?
Rings!
Rings!
Number 2, E.T. for Atari 2600. Who didn't see that one coming?
Oh, that was definitely going to be on there.
What could be worse than that? Number 1, Jurassic Park Trespasser for PC.
Never played it.
Honestly, you could just say all Jurassic Park games.
Oh, that was fun on Super Nintendo I kind of liked.
Oh, that's so boring, though.
It was not bad.
I don't know. No, not a fan. I've never played a Jurassic Park game that I actually enjoyed.
I think there was one that came out recently that people actually did enjoy, at least a little bit. It was on PC, too.
No, that got terrible reviews.
Really?
I know exactly the game that you're talking about, and it was not good, Tanya. It was like called one of the worst games ever.
Oh God, really?
Yeah.
You know, that is one.
You're talking about the one that was just called Jurassic Park, right?
Yeah, the reboot thingy. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going on game rankings.
I'm curious now because I heard some people like, "Hey, it's not a bad game." I haven't tried it up, obviously, or anything like that, but.
Oh, come on. It can't... Oh, I must have spelled it wrong.
Jurassic suck.
Here it is. Okay, now the matter of actually finding it on here. No, not 1993. All right, let me just put this to only PC, because you said it was PC. Let me just put this only to PC games. All platforms, we change this to PC. Browse search. Jurassic Park the game, right?
Yeah.
2011. It has a 55.88 on game rankings.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was not. Yeah. It was just the highest ranking that it has is like Game Vortex gave it a 72 out of 100.
That's not even that great.
But most of them, yeah, didn't do well. Didn't do well at all.
You know, that is one franchise that sorely needs a great game, let me tell you.
You'd think it would be easy.
You know?
Okay, here's one more from Darker Super Shadowkin. Hit top 10 worst movies of all time, according to him.
Okay.
Number 10, Date Movie. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Number 9, Epic Movie.
Epic. Oh, I hated that movie.
Number 8, Meet the Spartans. You notice that these all came from the same studio?
Yes.
Yeah. Number 7, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. That was bad.
Okay.
Even
Now,
as a kid, I knew it was bad.
okay, now I know this is. I know people didn't like it because of obvious reasons, but honestly, maybe it's. And this is my nostalgic glasses on. I actually did enjoy it.
Even when I was a kid, I hated it.
I enjoyed it because it was in the medieval ages, and there's a whole. You know, they were using katanas and.
But they weren't, though.
Well, you know what I mean. Like it was just the setting. I did enjoy the setting.
All right. So much could have been done with that, though.
Oh, of course.
All right. Number 6, worst movie that I've ever seen, Blackenstein.
I think that is the worst movie out there, isn't it?
It's the worst movie I've ever seen, and I've seen some shit. Number 5, 2012. Yeah, I didn't see that one for obvious reasons.
I did.
Ugh, how was it?
Lens flare, quick, more lava.
All right, yeah, I figured. Number 4, the American Godzilla movie. That was bad. Number 3, Super Babies, Baby Geniuses 2. Couldn't pay me to see that.
Let's see, the original was great. The original movie was great.
So, number 2, Disaster Movie.
It was a disaster.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And number 1, Batman and Robin.
Now, see, actually, I probably would have put Blackenstein first before Batman.
Honestly, when you have 10 shit mops like this, what does it matter what order you put them in?
Shit, I like that. Shit, mop.
I gotta give this a 9 out of 10.
I have to say 9 out of 10 as well.
Okay. Let's see.
Shit mops.
I mean, it's pretty bad, you know. Let's see. I'm skipping down a little because we have a lot of longer lists here. I'm trying to. Okay. Okay, give me a second here because I have a list, but I don't know who it's from.
Mississippi.
Sorry, it's just. I have no idea who this list is from. Okay, so this is a list from somebody. Somebody.
Oh,
yeah. I have no idea who sent me this. I'm sorry. I didn't put your name on here, but top 10 things wrong with the world.
I'm already laughing.
Yeah. Number 10, Justin Bieber-esque fans.
I think just the words Justin Bieber.
I think this is going to be top 10 cliches is what it's going to be.
Probably.
Yeah. Number 9, too much of a reliance on technology as people complain, for instance, when they cannot connect to the internet. Well, it sucks when you can't connect to the internet.
Yeah, it
All
does
the
suck.
porn's on there. Come on now. Number 8, subscribers for one's channel. Don't get me wrong, Necro, you've got a handful of subscribers, but when it's been people subscribe for something subpar, like someone gargles and makes strange noises and somehow they get like 50k subscribers, this applies to others as well. Well, you know, it's interesting. I do agree that, like, I look at, like, the top most subscribed channels, and they have, like, no content.
Yeah, that's true enough.
I wonder how that happens. I'm not going to be like, oh, I should have more or whatever, because I'm happy with who I have, but I just don't understand how the popularity of some channels.
I put up a wet sock video. I have 1 million hits.
A wet sock. Number 7, ignorance to other cultures and ways of life. Yeah, you know, whatever. That's another cliche.
That's definitely a cliche. Although I do see it. I do see it, though.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, though. Come on.
Yeah, that is.
A little original. Number 6, local authorities frittering money away on fruitless projects. They ought to be more careful at times, you know? No, I don't. It'd be great if you gave an example of that.
I was just saying, can I have an example? Like, we're doing a study about how people sleep on the wrong side of the bed or something. Come on.
Yeah, it's just weird. Well, I don't know what he's talking about there. Number 5, nepotism. Nepotism is a problem.
Nepotism's a
Sure.
huge problem. Yeah.
Number 4, how the legal system deals with criminals. Well,
how do they deal with differently in your town?
yeah, I mean, I'm just wondering, like, what's... Yeah, I don't know. And whose legal system is he referring to? Because he said...
Yeah.
This is top 10 problems with the world.
Oh, this is true.
There are different legal systems all over the world, and they deal with criminals differently. So that doesn't really apply here, I think.
Are you referring to, like, Italy, Saudi Arabia, what?
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Number 3, less interest in things that actually matter, especially when the newspaper dedicate front pages to such crap like Paris Hilton shipping a fingernail. Okay, I've never seen that as a front page.
No, I have seen stupid front pages.
Yeah, but there is a shocking amount of hypocrisy here in whoever wrote this list, Tanya, because they're saying that, there's too much time devoted to things that don't matter, yet one of their top 10 things wrong with the world is Justin Bieber fans. Who cares? You know what I mean? Is that really something that's, like, really wrong? You know what I mean?
Apparently it's something so wrong with the world that it has to be mentioned,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Number 2, withholding information. How do we know what's true anymore? Well, once again, that would benefit from an example.
Give us an example.
Who is withholding what information about what?
Who's doing it?
Yeah.
I'd love to know.
And number 1, taking things for granted, especially in terms of opportunities. A lot of troublesome people that used to be in my year at school blame the school itself when they never took them up on the various opportunities. It's not the school's fault, all things considered. Got a point with that one.
Yeah.
I have no idea who wrote this, but some good points, some bad points, some what the fuck points. Overall, makes me want to puke. I did take that from Angry Video Game Nerd. A 5 out of 10.
I'm gonna say 4.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's like, Okay, Baxter Films sent me a list, actually from Entertainment Weekly.
Oh.
A magazine that I can't stand.
Same here.
So this is their top 25 Simpsons episodes.
Why do I think I'm going to disagree with this?
Oh, because you definitely will. Well, you know what the thing is? Like, anybody could write top 25 Simpsons episodes, and of course you're going to disagree with it because there's like a million episodes.
Yeah.
All right.
I have my favorites.
Right away they cheat, because number 25 is the 2 episodes, Who Shot Mr. Burns, Part 1 and Part 2.
You can't do that. You got to do 1 or 2.
Yeah. And the first one was better, by the way.
The first one was better.
Number 24, Simpson and Delilah. I'm trying to remember. Simpson and Delilah. I'm going to have to Google that one. Oh, that's the one where Homer grew all that hair from minoxidil.
Oh.
That's a pretty good one.
That's a pretty good one, yeah.
Number 23 is also one of my favorites, the Itchy and Scratchy and Poochie show. He died on the way back to his home planet.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. Number 22, another good one, How I Spent My Strummer Vacation. If you don't remember, that was the one where Homer went to Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp.
That was the one?
Yeah. Yeah, he went to Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp. And, obviously there was the glut of celebrities, but what I liked about it was that the whole reason he was there is because he got caught on the Taxi Cab Confessions show and he was bitching about his family.
Oh, yeah.
And they, what they said, they got really angry at him, but then they said later, and I thought this was a really kind of a good moment for Marge, is she said, the things you said were horrible, but you had a point.
You had a point.
So there you go. Number 29, this is an old one, Season 1, Life in the Fast Lane. I believe that isn't that the Pin Pals episode?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. No, that's not the Pin Pals. That is the one with Jacques.
Oh, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not a huge fan of the first season, but that is a classic.
Yeah, that is a classic.
That is a classic. I love the fact that Jacques was like such a one-note character, but you always see him in the background or something. Okay, so number 20 is Radio Bart from season 3. That was oh hell. Bart was in the well. He was stuck in the well.
I gotta think back.
Sting was in it.
Oh, okay, yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a cute one. Not one of my favorites, but it was a good one.
That was a good one.
Number 19, The Simpsons spin-off showcase.
Oh, that was great. I love that one.
Yeah. Number 18 from season 6, Homer Badman. Homer Badman. I'm going to have to look that one up.
We're bad, man.
Oh, that was the one with the babysitter and he grabbed the gummy bear off her ass.
Oh, okay.
Not a fan of that one.
You know, I remember watching that going, eh.
Yeah, it's like it didn't tackle the whole issue very well.
No, it didn't.
No, they misunderstood what sexual harassment was.
Yeah.
Because that would have constituted more of like sexual battery, actually. What the fuck?
Sorry.
Yes, Tanya yawns, she meows.
Sorry.
I don't know why. I still haven't gotten used to it, and I've known you for a couple of years. Okay, number 17, Bart the Daredevil, jumping over the Springfield Gorge. Remember that?
Yes.
On the skateboard, yeah.
Yeah.
Number 16, one of my favorite, Flaming Moe's.
Oh, Flaming Mouse. That was great.
That episode was pretty good, but what really made it for me was the whole Cheers spoof that they did.
That was fantastic. That
Or
was
number
fantastic.
15, a classic from season 3, Homer at the Bat.
Homer at the Bat. That's one of
The
my
song at the end was what really made that episode great.
Yeah, that song was classic right there.
Number 14 from season 7, 22 short films about Springfield. That was the one that like kind of concentrated on like a lot of the tertiary characters. Like it had like there were a lot of different plots going on at once, and it all did kind of tie together. Do you remember that one?
I don't remember that one.
Yeah. I mean, do you remember like it began with like Bart and Milhouse, and they were like squirting ketchup on cars from an open path?
I'm getting vague glimpses of it in my head. So.
Number 13. This is a classic. The City of New York versus Homer Simpson.
Oh, that was great.
They don't play that one much anymore because of the whole
They should.
9/11 thing.
Yeah, but they should play it.
But the part where he had to pee, that was classic. Classic. Number 12 from season 4, we have I Love Lisa. That was the one with Ralph Wiggum.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was good.
Will you choose me? Yeah. Number 11 is, oh yeah, Duffless.
Not bad.
Duffless. The Duff Brewery, of course. Yeah. I don't know. That one was good, but I wouldn't call it a classic.
Nah.
Number 10 from season 5, The Last Temptation of Homer.
Oh, I think I remember that one.
What was that? I'm looking it up now. Let's see. Huh.
Yeah.
I'm not remembering this. It's something about Bart wearing glasses and that was the one where the Michelle Pfeiffer was that coworker that was hitting on Homer.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I don't know. That one was a little weak, I think.
It was okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't great though.
Number 6, Treehouse of Horror 5. Now I'm gonna have to look it up because they all do kind of bleed together. Let's see. Treehouse of Horror. Oh, The Shinning.
Oh, that's...
And then Time and Punishment, going back in time over and over, and the Nightmare Cafeteria.
Nightmare Cafeteria.
Honestly, that is probably the best Treehouse of Horror.
Yeah, they're right there. Yeah.
Number 8, A Fish Called Selma. That's where Selma married Troy McClure.
Oh, that was horrible.
Oh, that was hilarious, though.
Oh, it was hilarious, but it was horrible.
My favorite is the whole Planet of the Apes musical. Number 6, Itchy and Scratchy Land, where nothing can possibly go wrong. Something. That's the first thing that's ever gone wrong. Number 6, here's a classic, Mr. Plow.
Oh, Mr. Plow.
Number...
Mr. Plow.
That's my name. That name again is Mr. Plow. Okay. Yeah, that was a good one. All right. From number 5 from season 8, Homer's Phobia. That was where Homer was kind of homophobic and he had to get over it.
Oh, I remember that one.
John Waters. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
I love how Bart was in the dark the whole time about everything. At least I had to explain it to him at the end. He thinks you're gay.
He
Thinks I'm gay? Number 4, an absolute classic, Marge versus the Monorail.
Oh, that was great.
The episode that almost had George Takei in it.
Almost.
Almost. I take monorails very seriously.
Oh, my.
Oh, my. Number 3 from season 5, Cape Fear. That was one of the Sideshow Bob episodes.
Oh, yeah.
Where they were on the boat at the end. Yeah.
That was really good, actually. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, that was a good one. Number 2, also from season 5, Rosebud.
Oh, Rosebud.
Oh, trying to remember. Weren't the Ramones in that one?
I think so.
Yeah. Oh, yes. It was Mr. Burns' birthday, and he wanted his teddy bear. Bobo.
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
That was a great one.
That was a great one. And finally, number 1, according to... This is a surprisingly good list, although I wish it wasn't all from, like, season 4 and 5. Best episode, according to Entertainment Weekly, Last Exit to Springfield from season 4. Of course, that was actually... I remember Homer being the union president, or he was the negotiator, and Mr. Burns thought he was like this negotiating genius, but he was like a fucking idiot. I'm trying to remember why that one was so great, though. Like, I know that's the one where he became the safety inspector. I remember that.
Yeah.
And, oh, I know why that one's a classic. Dental plan!
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Dental plan!
Dental plan!
Racist! I mean, yeah, that I don't think it's the best episode ever, but it is a classic.
It is a classic.
Shockingly good from a shit rag like Entertainment Weekly. Out of 25, I'm going to give it 21.
I'm going to go 20.
20, okay. Well, there
It's
you
good,
go.
though. I'm actually surprised by that.
Actually, there's a comment from Baxter Films. He says he's not sure why Homer's Enemy is not on there, and I do agree that was one of the greatest episodes with Frank Grimes.
Oh, that was a fantastic episode.
Yeah, why not do that?
Why isn't that on there, Elsie?
Who knows?
Can I amend it down to 19?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, 19 then, yeah.
Yes, you can. Okay, here's one from Minecraft Hero 80. From RetroJunk.com, he sent in the top 10 hardest NES games. Now, we've had a similar list to this.
I would say we had a very similar list. Let me tell you.
One is different.
Yeah.
It's not the same list. So hopefully...
NES hard is just NES hard.
I seem to remember the last list that was top 10 hardest NES games. We didn't think much of that list.
Let's see how this one fares.
Number 10, Top Gun. Yeah. It's only hard in the last level.
No, getting to land on that damn thing, I can't still do it.
Not that hard, Tanya. Well,
I can't do it.
It's not. Why? Why can't you do it? You just match the numbers.
I don't know. I can't do it.
I don't know. It's weird. It's so easy. All right, number 9, Bart versus the Space Mutants. I think, actually, you see, that one's very hard for the wrong reasons. Because firstly, the control's not very good, and secondly, the first level's very confusing, and then there's a lot of parts where if you don't do it exactly right, you can screw yourself over, and then after that, it's just bad level design.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's not hard for the good reasons, but it is hard.
It It is very hard.
Number 7, Yo Noid, also known as Kamen no Ninja. Is that really a hard game? Do you consider that to be a hard one?
No.
It's sort of Capcom hard, you know, like kind of like Mega Man. I mean, it's a Capcom game. They always did this thing where it's challenging, but not really like pull your hair out hard.
Yeah.
Number 6, The Karate Kid. Now that one's a bitch because the first 2 levels are easy, and then there's only 2 more levels, but they're fucking impossible.
This Karate Kid. Oh my god.
Yeah. Number 5, Double Dragon 3. That game is straight up bullshit.
That game, no, that is trolling right there.
Bullshit. Bullshit game.
Fucking bullshit. How are you expected to do that and only, like, what do you have, like 3 lives, I think, the whole fucking thing?
Oh, Tanya, you have 1 life.
Just 1 life? That's, oh my god.
Number 4, Mega Man, the original Mega Man. I think that the problem that made Mega Man harder than the other ones was twofold. One was that the controls were a little off, and the other was that you didn't have invincibility to spikes if you were flashing.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I zoomed through it, but that's probably because I've played through it so many times, but it is a hard game. Number 3, Ghosts and Goblins. That's a toughie.
That's, okay.
That's a tough.
Want to go balls to the wall?
Yeah.
Play fucking that game, seriously.
Once again, though, it is Capcom hard.
Capcom hard, yeah.
Blame the game for it.
No, it's just,
Yeah.
it's difficult.
Yeah. Number 2, Battletoads.
And you knew that was going to be on there.
Battletoads is tough, but I'm glad that they're not doing what that other list did, because if you remember, the other list said that Battletoads was the toughest game of all time.
No, it's not. It is
And
not.
actually, this list gets it right, because their number 1 pick is Silver Surfer.
There you go.
It's impossible! I can't even beat a single level.
I don't think, has anybody ever beaten a single level on that damn thing?
Somebody had to have.
Because I've yet to see it.
No, I don't fully agree with it, but this is a far better list than the last top 10 hardest NES games list that we looked at. I'm going to give it an 8.
I'm going to say 9, actually.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, let's see. I'm going to skip down a little more. I'm trying to get a good sampling. You know, I'm not going in order here. All right. How about... Okay, this is an interesting one. From Robert Smith, not the guy from The Cure, but Robert Smith on YouTube, his 7 most overrated video game series. Will we agree, or will it piss us off?
I'm... Hopefully it'll be agreement. I'm hopefully.
I kind of think it's going to be a mixture.
You think?
Yeah. Well, I see what the first one is, and I'm not pleased with that choice. Number 7, he says Kirby is overrated.
Kirby?
Now, if anything, I say Kirby is underrated, but let's listen to his rationale. He says, while it's hard to hate a series intended for children, I can do it with Kirby. Video games should be hard, and it's because life is hard. Kirby uses the excuse of being cute as a way to make the game devoid of any challenge or redeeming value. Well, I have to say, my rebuttal to that would be a hearty fuck you.
Thank you.
Middle finger. Video games don't need to be hard to be good, and they certainly do not have to reflect life because it's supposed to be a form of escapism. And
Right.
lastly, you're an idiot.
Wow.
Yeah. So, number 6 is another one that I think he's an idiot. The Elder Scrolls.
The Elder Scrolls?
Now, he actually gives Oblivion a pass on this. But
Wait,
he doesn't
what?
like the other one. Yeah. He says, Skyrim is as wide as an ocean but as deep as a puddle. The game dumbed down the series for casual gamers, and I think Morrowind is extremely overrated. The combat ruins it. The other 2, Arena plus Buggerfall, are barely worth mentioning. Well, I mean, if you're complaining that... Okay, first of all, the one that dumbed it down was Oblivion.
Okay, yeah.
And secondly, if you're complaining about it being dumbed down, and then you're like, oh, Morrowind is too complex for me, then what do you want?
Yeah, what do you want? I
You know
mean...
what I mean? What do you want? Nah, all right. Number 5. I do agree with this one. Number 5, Tekken.
Oh, Tekken.
He says, with a story that was put together by 7-year-olds, several characters appealing only to furries, and every game being a one-button mashing fest, I think Tekken deserves a spot on here. Well, I didn't even know it had a story.
I was going to say, there was a story?
Is it just the tournament? Yeah.
I mean, it was actually a story? Really?
Yeah. Number 4, Madden. I gotta agree with that one as well. He says, are you a frat boy? If so, you love Madden. While Call of Duty actually has several good games and shouldn't be lumped in with this crap, it usually is anyway. Madden is the same game every year, and it tries its best to be like real football, which is a bad thing, as sports games are only fun if they're arcade-like. Well, I'm not against the idea of a football sim. I just think that Sega did it better.
I think Sega did it better.
Yeah. Number 3, Warcraft. He says, a series in which you do pointless tasks to get pointless achievements to then pointlessly show off to your friends if you still have any. Whether it's an Whether it's an RTS or an MMO, the series struggles at showing any sign of fun. Well, I could rant about Warcraft all day, but he pretty much said it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Number 2, he picks Animal Crossing. Well, let me read what he says before I comment on it. He says, shit, I got some weeds growing in the backyard. I better go yank them out. Man, I gotta mow the lawn. The grass is up to my knees. This is a great episode of South Park. Wait, what? I've got to feed the chickens now. These seem like things you'd want to avoid doing in real life because we all hate doing stupid chores, yet many people play Animal Crossing, a series that is just one big chore. Fun left the building when this series was first even conceived. I think he's confused.
I think he's a little confused there.
Because it sounds like he's talking about Harvest Moon.
I was just going to say, is that Harvest Moon?
It sounds like it, because there is some like gardening stuff in Animal Crossing, but isn't Animal Crossing more about collecting things?
So that's what I thought.
I mean, I don't personally play the Animal Crossing games, but I do see the appeal of them.
Yeah.
But it definitely sounds like he's talking more about Harvest Moon. So I'm going to reserve judgment on that. Finally, number 1, and I do agree with his number 1 pick, Pokemon. He says, I would barely call the Pokemon games RPGs. You barely play any role, and it's as basic as an RPG can be. The story is the same every single time. You're a young boy starting his adventure, and the only evil showing its face is some shitty mafia group. Most designs look awful, the music is generic, and the series has zero passion. It's dull, and I can see why the creator of it is autistic. He decided to spread the autism to Game Boys and plant it in the brains of children. Thus, Pokemon is for screaming children who have never played a real RPG. You know, I gotta say something here. I don't like Pokemon, but I also don't like his rationale.
No, you're way off base there, dude.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Out of 7, well, let's see. How many of these did I agree with? Let's see. Tekken, Madden, Warcraft.
I think like 4 of them, I
mean,
think.
Pokemon, yes, but I don't like his rationale, so I'm going to give it a 3.
3? I'm going to say, I'm going to say the same thing, actually, a 3.
3, yeah. Okay, so let me get that out of here, because that was poopy.
That was poopy.
Yeah, that was kind of poopy. It's kind of poopy. Let's see, how long have we been going here, Tanya?
We've been going for people.
About 90 minutes. Okay, what do you say to one more list?
Sounds good to me.
Because I know you wanted to make this a shorter episode. Because you got an injury over there.
Ugh, it's horrible.
Okay, well, let's see. Just trying to pick a really good one here. Okay. All right, how about this one? Because I always like when people do weird shit like this. Pack is Back 04 sent his 5 favorite YouTube channels. I always find...
My favorite... Why do I think yours is going to be on there somewhat?
Well, he sent it to me, so I assume he's going to try and score some brownie points. Let's see. Pretty much explains itself, but I think I should mention that these aren't set into place eternally, as they sometimes vary in what I'm enjoying more at a specific moment or what type of channel I'm in the mood for. I think that's to be said for everybody.
Yeah.
And these are mostly gaming-related channels. Number 5, Breaking NCS. Apparently this is Nintendo Capri Sun's alternate channel.
Oh, well, like his
Yeah.
like vlogging channel or something.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And for each of these, I should mention, he picks his favorite video. His favorite video is Christmas Packages 2010, almost totally unedited.
I didn't see it.
Yeah. It's Nintendo Capri-Sun, but he makes vlog-like videos instead of Let's Plays. I enjoy him talking in front of a camera more as he started YouTube that way, and I think he's more down-to-earth when doing so.
See, I prefer him behind the camera.
Number 4, Far From Subtle is the channel. His favorite video is Victory, VVVVVV is Awesome, Part 13. A video game show with Frasier, the host, playing a game while his friends either play along or watch him. Do you know this one, Tanya?
I think so.
No. Well, this one will instantly come off as stupid to a lot of people, and I also didn't like it at the first glance. After a while, though, I grew to like the setup and the over-the-top humor of the show.
Why does this sound familiar to me?
You might have seen it. I'm not familiar with it.
Hmm.
Number 3 is me, NecroVMX. I don't like that guy. He's a jerk.
Who is that guy? I don't know who that guy
I don't
is.
like him. He's a jerk. His favorite video of mine is the Shin-Chan Adventures in Cinemaland. You remember that one?
Oh, yes.
The game was like in Spanish.
You're hilarious.
Well, you probably haven't heard about him. He's a video game commentator, movie and comic book reviewer, and has several other shows. I personally like the VMX show List Critics and Cam videos the best. I don't know why, but he's at his funniest when in front of a camera. After all, the GameCube collection stuff got me into the channel. Also, I find the request system very original and refreshing. Well, thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah. Number 2 is Steven Plays. His favorite video is Murder.
Murder.
Wow. Another LPer who generally does newer games, but he has done a few SNES titles. I enjoy his quirky humor, and I like the editing and quality he has within his content. On occasion, he'll play with his wife, which then usually causes some funny rivalry moments. He usually gets owned by her. Finally, he usually does completely blind Let's Plays, which I tend to find more interesting than a playthrough of a game that the commentator knows everything about.
See, I actually enjoy blind LPs myself, but that's...
I enjoy making them, but it's tough to pick the game because you don't know what it's going to be like, you know?
Yeah, now when it comes to RPGs, I don't think a blind playthrough lends itself very well.
Like, I think, like my best blind LP was Super Meat Boy because I wound up enjoying the game so much.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
But I don't do them that often. I'm actually thinking of maybe doing, like, another one pretty soon.
Spoiler alert.
Well, okay, let me get your opinion on this, because I have this game in my Steam library for quite some time and I haven't played it yet, Legend of Grimrock.
Oh, yeah, I know that game.
You think that would make a good blind Let's Play?
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
Maybe it'll do. We'll see. And his number one favorite channel is Big Dip on a Bus. His favorite video is Let's Play Big Dip's Adventure Part 16, Big Dip Rage.
Oh, I know that one.
What?
I know that one. Big Dip. I know
Okay.
Big Dip on a Bus.
He says, at number 1, I chose to go with yet another LPer, except he primarily uses dry, sarcastic, and referential humor. He uploads rather scarcely at times, so I get rather happy to see a new video from him in my subscriber page. His constant mocking of himself and the way his deep, grainy voice perfectly exemplifies his personality is the reason I gravitate towards his channel more than any other. Okay. Out of 5, what do you say, Tanya? Oh,
I'm going to say 4.
you're linking me to some. I'm going to say 4 as well. This is the Big Dip thing?
Yeah,
What
it's
the
actually,
hell is he playing? Some sort of smiley face Zelda game?
it's his own personal customized Zelda game.
Okay, then. What is this in? Is this in fast forward? I mean, or is it really that quick? Because what I love is that there's no like commentary. It's just like poker face. Meh 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 meh. Oh, he sings his own lyrics.
Yeah, he does.
All right, that's amusing. I'm gonna subscribe. I don't really watch many LPers, but this is very funny. Anybody who does the whole poker face thing to a game like that is very funny. What is your favorite YouTube channel, Tanya?
Besides NecroVMX?
Well, why not? Well, I'm declining to put myself in the running here.
Let's see. Honestly, I would have to say my favorite YouTube channel in general would have to be Damn Drops.
You know, he's quickly becoming a favorite of mine. I was going to say Mr. Game Sack.
Oh, Game Sack's good too.
But
Yeah.
Game Drops has been cracking me up lately.
Yeah. I'm actually really enjoying his Travel Channel thing.
Have you seen his review of the new Dunkin' Donuts roast beef sandwich?
I did.
You know, that's what I ate for dinner. I went out and got 2 of those bastards, and they were very good.
They were yeah, and he
Very
liked
good.
Right.
He was absolutely right about it being too toasted, but it wasn't that bad. I really enjoyed the roast beef. But yeah, I do subscribe to a lot of food channels. You know, Tiny, I know I said that'd be the last list, but, and this is up to you, I just got a list.
Why does this happen?
Every episode this happens.
Sure, why
Just
not?
now. And I'm telling you, this was sent to me. It is right now 11:26 p.m. on August 8th. 11:20 p.m. 6 minutes ago, I got this list. And I just saw the email.
Wow.
It's from Ice Skater 71. Actually, it's a couple of lists, but they're very short.
Okay.
So you want to do it?
Oh, hell, why not?
So he has 3 lists. They're all very short. The first is the top 5 worst console RPGs of all time.
Flame bait.
Should be interesting. Number 5 is Final Fantasy II.
Really?
Black sheep of the series, let's face it. Well, other than 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 was worse. Number 4, Final Fantasy 13 2. Now, I really like that one.
Polarizing.
It is well, the 13 was polarizing, so of course the sequel's polarizing.
Yeah, it's a polarizing trilogy, so.
I was really a fan of both of them, and I'm looking forward to the third one. Number 3, I couldn't agree more with him on this, Final Fantasy 8.
Hell yes.
2 is a little irritating, 8 is terrible.
8 is horrific.
Number 2, and we're both going to agree with this one, Earthbound.
Yes.
Yes. And his number 1 worst console RPG of all time, Mother 3, the sequel to Earthbound. Yes. I think Earthbound is worse than Mother 3, but, you know, kudos for that. Out of 5, I'm going to give it 4 because I like Final Fantasy 13 too. What say you, Tanya?
I'm going to say 5 out of 5.
Okay. Now, he also has here the top 5 easiest console RPGs.
Easiest?
Yes, his easiest console RPGs.
We don't get that very often, actually.
Yeah, that is an unusual list. Okay. Number 5, Xenogears.
Really?
I don't know how easy that was because there were a few battles that were very difficult.
I had some issues with some battles. I'm a veteran at that.
Yeah. Number 4, Final Fantasy 2. Now, yeah, it is easy if you grind everything up at the beginning, but generally speaking, it's one of the harder ones.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm thinking of like the blood swords at the very end with the final boss. You know what I mean? It's like
true. Yeah.
you know,
Number 3, Chrono Trigger. It's a masterpiece, but yes, it is very easy.
it is even the hard type, quote unquote hard type version is easy.
Were you talking about the DS one?
Yeah.
I did notice the DS one was a little tougher.
It was a little tougher, but it still was pretty handled. So
Number 2, Final Fantasy 13. I don't know. I think that has moderate difficulty.
I'm not so sure about that one. I mean,
13.2 was easier because the problem that 13.1 had is if one specific party member goes down, it's game over.
Yeah.
And the last boss has death.
I guess just personal.
Yeah.
Playing. I don't know.
I don't consider it to be a hard game, and I don't consider it to be somewhere in the middle. His number 1 pick for easiest console RPG is Final Fantasy VI. Yes, it's a masterpiece, but yeah, it is a breeze.
Yeah, especially towards endgame, you're ridiculously powerful.
It is, especially if you bother to do the side quests.
I'm actually amazed that Final Fantasy Tactics isn't on there.
Because Tactics can get mind-blowingly difficult if you level up too much.
Well, that's true, but it also can be mind-blowingly easy, too, especially by endgame. So, I mean, like...
I don't know. I find it gets very hard near the end, but I'm a power leveler. Honestly, the game that I'm surprised isn't on here is Mystic Quest.
Oh, Mystic Quest.
That was a game that was actually designed to be easy.
Yeah.
All right. Out of 5, what would you say for that one?
honestly, I found that a little odd. I'm gonna say 3.
I'm gonna also say 3. That one was a little off.
Yeah.
And finally, his top 3 most anticipated games.
Top 3? Oh wow. Okay.
Not exactly anticipating a lot of games, huh?
I know, huh? Really?
Number 3, Chronicles of a Dark Lord, Episode 2, War of the Abyss.
Well, thank you.
You know, after that trailer we put out, that should be number 1. I'm just saying. Number 2 is a game that I'm also very much looking forward to, The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that one myself.
First time that I've been excited for a Zelda game since Twilight Princess.
Same here. I have not been excited for a Zelda game in a long freaking time.
And number 1, also a game that I'm also looking forward to, Final Fantasy 15.
I'm cautiously optimistic.
It looks fantastic. I mean, you know, I know that a lot of people were weird iffy about 13, but you look at this and it just looks like fun.
I'm cautiously optimistic.
I love the concept too.
I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be like, you know, like Devil May Cry meets Final Fantasy or something like that. You know, or
I mean, it does have the action elements in it, but it's maybe more Max Payne than Devil May Cry, but or actually more like Bayonetta, I thought.
Or Bayonetta. I don't want it to be Final Fantasy Bayonetta.
I don't mind the action elements. I think that, you know, like I said, Final Fantasy has diverged so far from the classic games, you might as well run with it. Let Kazara Studios handle the classic style game.
That's true enough. That is true enough. I suppose if they're gonna go down, if Square Enix is gonna go down, might as well lift us up.
Yeah, exactly right. But I don't think they're going down. I think they're just going. I think it's a lateral move. I think they're still making great games, but they're just making a different type of game.
No, I don't know about great. Come on, Dragon Quest X.
We don't talk about Dragon Quest. That's low, Tanya.
Or Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah. Well, what about Final Fantasy 13 and Dragon Quest 9?
Well, Dragon Quest 9 was amazing. Final Fantasy 13 was polarizing, though. So
Yeah, but I liked it. So, fuck everybody else.
I mean, I don't think that... I don't particularly care for the trilogy, but it's like, whatever.
You know what? I got hooked on the story, so... You know. But, yeah, I mean, you know, like, I still think they're making great games. It's not the same classics, you know what I mean? But I can't fault them for not making, you know, like another Final Fantasy VI. Let us do that.
Oh, that's true enough. Just you know what it is that for me, it's like they don't have that intangible factor that they used to have within their games that really you saw passion there. I don't feel it anymore.
Who has that? Who has that now, other than Nintendo, though?
We do.
No, I mean that's been around that long, though.
It's been around.
I mean, because Capcom lost it, you know, and
you know who still got it? Konami.
I was about to bring up Konami, but once again, sort of the passion that you see from Konami is coming from outside developers. Look,
or how about
like
Atlas?
Mercury Steam. Atlas is weird because they publish great games and they do make good games, but then you get weird shit like that Princess game, Code of Princess, and you get the Game of Thrones RPG that turned out to be terrible. So it's sort of weird. I would say Nihon Falcom still has.
Oh, hell yes.
You know what I mean? I would say Nintendo still has the it factor, and Konami is hanging on for dear life. Capcom's struggling to gain it back after they pissed it away.
No, Capcom didn't have to piss it away.
Do we have to talk about Breath of Fire 6 for a moment?
We have to. We have to.
How pissed am I about this? Breath of Fire 6 is the game. I've always been a huge fan of this series.
So have I. Yeah.
And along comes Breath. You weren't into it until I got you into it. Stop lying.
No, I played the original Breath of Fire and Breath of Fire 2 for SNES.
I didn't really like them that much. It wasn't until I made you play 4 that you got into it.
Well, this is true, but still, I enjoy them now, you know?
But, I mean, but 6, like, we're all looking forward to it, and then it's like this fucking tablet game.
It is coming out for PC, from what I understand now.
That is a misnomer. It's going to be a browser game, Tanya.
No.
Yes.
No.
When they say PC, they're talking about a browser app.
No.
About being like on the Chrome store and Facebook.
See, like I was thinking it'd be like a Breath of Fire like 4, like for PC type of thing.
No,
you know
no,
what I mean?
no. This isn't going to be on Steam.
Ah.
I mean, like, and what pisses me off about it is that they'll do this, the fans go meh, and then they say, oh, well, I guess they didn't want a sequel after all.
Yeah, and you know what? It's fucking horseshit. It's all fucking horseshit. Because we want a sequel. We want a proper sequel. You know, on like, put it on the Vita.
Like,
or
why couldn't they call it, like, Breath of Fire Touch or something? And when you put, like, that number in the title, like, first of all, the fifth one wasn't even numbered, except in Japan.
Right.
And it's questionable if we'll even get this, although I don't honestly care that much. But when you put a number in the title, people expect it to have some connection to the rest of the series. It's kind of the reason that Dragon Quest X pisses me off so much, is because Dragon Quest 1 through 9 follow a very simple progression, and then they're like, oh, online RPG. Final Fantasy XI, Final Fantasy XIV. You know, these are the games that have nothing to do with the rest of the series, but they...
It's called a Final Fantasy MMO 1 or something, you know?
What was wrong with just calling it Final Fantasy Online?
Final Fantasy Online. Final
Perfect
Fantasy
title.
Online 2, you know?
I know, exactly. That's what Phantasy Star did, and it fucking worked like hell for them.
Yeah, but...
So if Sega can figure this out, why can't Capcom and Square?
Breath of Fire 6 on fucking tablets and mobile devices.
Browsers, and phones.
I give up. I fucking give up on them.
And like these games are popular. I mean, look at the scorn that SquareSoft got for Final Fantasy All the Bravest. Look at or Capcom for Mega Man Universe.
Two of the worst games ever conceived of on those damn things.
All the Bravest is certainly, I mean...
All the Bravest, I think it got like a 1 out of 10, I think, something like that.
I think that, honestly, do we need to look at game rankings for that? I think it might be amusing.
Yeah, why not? Go for it.
I mean...
Before I go, why not?
Yeah, right? I mean, let's see, Final Fantasy All the Bravest.
I still can't believe Breath of Fire 6. That fucking pisses me off, man.
Okay, it's not.
Pisses me off to no end.
It's
How do you do that? How do you do that?
Capcom!
Capcom, you put it on the Vita. Put it on 3DS. Come on. Shit. What the fuck?
Well, at least they're still making regular Final Fantasy. I am very excited for 15. Final Fantasy All the Bravest has a 23.21. That's very low. Very low. 23, yeah. That's really, really bad. That's insanely bad. But, I mean, I gotta say that, you know, this is, like, part of the Capcom thing. And then when they do come out with something exciting like DuckTales Remastered, it's another developer doing it.
Yeah. Is that Level 5 or is that somebody else?
No, it's not. Oh, give me a second. I remember who it was, but god damn it, why can't I think of it? It wasn't level... Was it level 5? Now you got me questioning myself.
I don't remember. I always think Cool Games HD Remakes is level 5 lately. I don't know why, though.
Now I'm kind of thinking maybe it is. Let me look. Way Forward. It's Way Forward.
Oh, Way Forward. Yeah, see, they're another good one. Yeah, Way Forward, yeah.
Well, they're weird. I don't know.
They did some really good stuff lately. They really have been. You know, they've been playing some pretty good games, but...
What, like the Smurfs?
Hey, say what you will about the Smurfs. It's a good game.
Oh, come on. And that 4 game, I don't know. COD 4 was disappointing. Like, honestly, I think the last good game that WayForward made was Shantae on Game Boy Color.
Oh, Shantae.
Yeah.
That's an underrated classic right there. Let me tell you that right now.
That just hit Virtual Console for 3DS.
Oh, did it really? Oh, sweet deal.
It's, that and Kirby's Dream Land 2 just came out recently. Yeah, but WayForward is like, yeah, I don't know. I'm a little iffy on that. But, you know, like I said, that like very few companies still have that that intangible quality that you talk about. I think, like I said, Nihon Falcom is probably the biggest one that still has it.
Yeah, I had to
For
say
developers, at least. And then Nintendo, of course, but...
so. And we got it. We definitely have it. We had it.
Well, we...
I'm even saying it like from a gamer's perspective. Like, we've seen it from our fans. We've got it.
True, yeah, it's true.
But I mean, like, I look at like Capcom and I see them with Breath of Fire 6, what they're doing. That's a smack in the face.
Is that?
That's a huge middle finger. It really is.
Honestly, I mean, I can't get excited about it.
How can you? I can't. If they said coming to 3DS or coming to Steam, I'd be like,
woot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, they announced a whole bunch of other games too, but none of them are very exciting.
Are you excited at all about Final Fantasy X HD?
Yeah, I mean, is it coming out for PlayStation 4 or?
It's from what I saw, PS Vita and PS3.
That's right, it's Vita. I'll get it for the Vita then. I would like to have Final Fantasy X handheld.
I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of Capcom, I have to mention this because they're also doing another update to Street Fighter 4.
Another update.
And adding a bunch of characters and balances and all this shit. And it's like, all right, all well and good, but didn't you say that Super Street Fighter 4 will be the last update?
I thought that was going to be the last one.
Yeah, and didn't we get 3 since then? Snap.
Snap.
Yeah, snap. Capcom's also doing a game called Street Fighter versus all of Capcom.
Street Fighter versus all of Capcom.
I'm serious. They're really doing it. Oh, it's an iOS Android game, but yeah. They couldn't give us a decent Mega Man game, but all right. Well, we've gone far beyond list critics at this point, so let's end the episode here. And you got to go and get yourself patched up because Tanya fell down some stairs right before the episode.
Yeah, it sucks.
So there you go. All right, see you guys. Tanya?
See you guys later.
Say goodbye already. All right, bye.